Cash handouts and political accountability are once again in focus as a member of parliament and who is in UDA is defending his actions as debate spreads nationwide, putting William Ruto, his master, in deep danger. The Nyaribari Chache member of parliament Zahir Janda has confirmed that he has increased the cash handouts to constituents from 500 to 1,000 shillings, defending the move after videos of the distributions widely circulated online. The development has triggered a national conversation about the role of money in politics, the limits of personal generosity by leaders, and also the fine line between support and influence. At the center of the issue are viral videos showing the legislator addressing crowds within the constituency and announcing the increase in the amount of money he gives directly to residents. The footage, now widely shared across social media platforms and picked up by major news outlets, has drawn mixed reactions from public. Some residents have welcomed the move, viewing it as a direct support from their elected leader during difficult economic times. Others, including civil society groups and political observers, have raised concerns about the implications of such actions. According to the Member of Parliament, the practice of giving cash to constituents did not begin after election. He explained that the initiative dates back to the period before he assumed office, describing it as part of his long-standing engagement within the community. He indicates that in 2022, while campaigning, he was distributing 500 shillings per person as a form of appreciation to supporters, and now following his election victory, he has increased to 1,000 shillings, and it reflects now both his new position and expectation of his constituents. The lawmaker has maintained that the funds are drawn from his personal resources, and this, he says, include his parliamentary salary, income from business ventures, and support from friends who contribute to his initiatives. He has also stated that he had a major prior commitment to share a portion of his salary with the people he represents, and according to his explanation, half of his earnings would go towards his personal and family needs, while the other half would be directed to community support. This position has shaped how he presents the handouts, not as political incentives, but a fulfillment of the personal pledge. However, the visibility of the distractions and the distributions has raised a broader question. Critics argue that public cash handouts by an elected official may influence political behavior and expectations among voters. They suggest that such practices could blur the distinction between public service and political advantage. Concerns have also been raised about the timing, with the next general election expected in 2027. Some observers see the move as part of the early political positioning, and civil society organizations have expressed worry that the practice may undermine the dignity of citizens by reducing engagement to financial transactions. They also question and caution that it could set a precedent where political competition becomes increasingly tied to financial capability rather than policy and leadership. For residents of Nyaribari Chache, the issue is more immediate, and the cash distributions have become part of the daily life in some areas, offering short-term relief for individuals facing economic challenges. At the same time, the practice has sparked conversations within the community about expectations from elected leaders, and some residents view their handouts as tangible benefit of representation. Others question whether such support can be sustained over time, and that it means what it means for long-term development. The debate extends beyond the single constituency, and across the country, the issue touches on long-standing discussions about the role of money in Kenyan politics. Historically, campaign periods have often been associated with the financial incentives, raising concerns about fairness and integrity in the electoral process. What makes the current situation notable is the openness with which the distributions are being conducted and defended. The Member of Parliament has not denied the practice, and instead he has publicly explained and justified it, framing it as a continuation of his engagement with the constituents. He has also encouraged residents to expect similar or higher amounts from other political leaders who may seek support in the area. This statement has further fueled debate about the potential normalization of cash-based political interaction. Political analysts also note that such developments can influence how elections are conducted and perceived. They highlight the need for clear guidelines and enforcement of existing laws governing campaign conduct and voter engagement. At the same time, the situation places attention on institutions responsible for oversight. Electoral bodies, ethics agencies, and civil society organizations are often tasked with monitoring activities that may affect the fairness of the political process. As of now, there has been no official determination that the actions described violate any specific law, and the Member of Parliament has also clarified that he has not officially launched his re-election campaign. He has indicated that his formal campaign activities for the 2027 elections are scheduled to begin on May 1st, 2027, and this distinction, he suggests, separates his current actions from campaign-related activities. However, the visibility and the scale of the handouts continue to attract scrutiny. For many observers, the issue is not only about legality but also about ethics and public perception, and the conversation has also drawn attention to broader economic realities. In a context where many citizens face financial challenges, direct cash support can have an immediate and noticeable impact. This reality complicates the debate, and as actions that raise ethical concerns may also provide short-term relief to those in need. As the discussion continues, the focus remains on balancing immediate support with the long-term governance principles. Questions about transparency, accountability, and fairness are likely to remain central. For now, the situation in Nyaribari Church stands as a clear example of how local actions can quickly become part of the national conversation. It reflects the intersection of leadership, community expectations, and the evolving nature of political engagement in Kenya. As more voices join the debate, the need for clarity and consistency is how such matters are addressed and becomes increasingly important. The actions of one leader have opened a wider discussion, one that goes beyond a single constituency and touches on the future of a political conduct in the country. In the end, the debate is not just about money, it is about trust, responsibility, and the kind of leadership that shapes the nation's future. That is all for today from Kenya Lens Media, and kindly, if you are new here, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell equally and turn it on so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we upload a new video.